To grow on YouTube, you have to be willing. That's right. That's what we're talking about today on the Digital Chick Podcast. YouTube growth is a messy journey. Sure, you can figure out your niche, you can niche down, you can niche up, you can niche sideways, you can load your metadata with every trending keyword, you could make the clickiest thumbnail, and maybe you'll ride a trend. Maybe you'll algorithm yourself to the top of search. But if you're watching this channel, you want something more. If you're watching this channel, you have tried that, but you don't fit one box or one niche. If you're watching this channel, you are a storyteller, not a series of metadata. And that means you have to be willing to flop, because you're probably going to make something that the algorithm has no idea what to do with. And right on. The coolest voices are willing to pave new trails, because YouTube can be extremely repetitive when creators are just chasing the algorithm. And AI tools make that even more so, because when creators are depending on AI tools instead of their own voice, we'll just end up with a completely homogenized universe. I'm not telling you to ignore SEO. The search optimized content helps with discovery. Obviously, I know this. That's why I made this video. But it is the risky content that ultimately makes a creator blow up. And that is because it is interesting and it shows your voice. Maybe it's artistic. Maybe you're just all over the place that day and you just don't have an answer to something because you didn't map the video out like you normally would. Usually, it's at this crossroads where the creator finds their voice. Because SEO is a tool, but the only real way to succeed on YouTube is story. I see this over and over again. The point when many creators have a breakthrough moment is when they are just about to give up. You will see that story told time and time again by creators on YouTube. At first, they're generating lots of content, usually following the blueprint of others and seeing no results. And they're getting burnt out, and they put out a video that's out of their comfort zone because they do not know what else to do. Nothing is working. And it resonates because it is at that moment that they become a compelling leading character. I remember when I created my series Downsize and I put it on YouTube, no one was watching it because it did not fit anything the algorithm would reward. And I knew nothing about marketing. So I wasn't thinking, I'm going to make something that's going to make me go viral. So I thought no one was watching because honestly, no one was watching. And so I go out to lunch with some guy and he starts talking about this glowing review of my web series. And I was like, this guy is such a tool because I've never been reviewed in my life. So I just smiled and I went home and I did not even think about it for hours. That's how little I believed that that's what was going on. Later that night, I was like, maybe I should see if there's an article about my show. And sure enough, there was. And it changed my life because it validated my voice. I was working as a paralegal at the time, and then I became a full-time digital producer. I was even nominated for a Writers Guild Award for that series. And you know what? Over time, I did begin to think about SEO and search terms, and I understood digital marketing. I worked in digital marketing, and that all became things I was now conscious of in my storytelling, and there is nothing wrong with that. But search is the short tail game in the creator economy. Character journey is the long tail game. And in the new land of YouTube, where it has become the #1 TV streaming service, you now have a large contingency of people who are watching YouTube in a very different way. To succeed on YouTube, you need to balance both approaches to content, the search optimized content and the content which really shows your voice. And that content may flop in the short term, but it will be the hook that makes you successful as a digital storyteller in the long run. So focus on your story and do not be afraid to flop. Until next time, I will see you soon.